Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back doing Swiss Dragons of Tarkir, Fate Reforged. Avatar of the Resolute opened. I like this card. It's a great rare. Very nice card. Works best in green-white, but works fine anywhere you're green. And a couple other good green cards in here with Quartermasters and Bowmasters. A lot of Masters. So other people are going to want to be in green because of these cards, but there's also Warbringer, which is good for red, Hand of Silumgar, Ojtai Interceptor, so there's good cards in all colors. But we'll take the Avatar to start it off, see how that pays off for us. Okay, follow-up pick. Well, I think the best card in the pack is Sarkhan's Rage, so it's probably the card I should just take. In green, we have Einarch Artillerist and Shield Bearer, both of which are fine. Shield Bearer having some minor synergies with Avatar the Resolute, but Acid Spewer Dragon's pretty good too. We'll just take the Sarkhan's Rage. It's a great spell. Okay, best card in this pack is maybe the Forerunners. Some good green cards in here in Salt Road Ambusher. Segmented Croteak, both of those are good. Enduring Victory is good removal. I'm fine taking the Forerunners though. This card's pretty good. Could just take the Enduring Victory, I guess. I'm trying to think how I feel about that. It's got some good synergies with the Avatar, or it's good with red-white. How much do I like the Forerunners? I mean, they're really good if you're in the right deck. They're really good in the right deck. And I mean, removal is removal. I could just take Enduring Victory. Kind of feeling the Forerunners. Ooh, another Forerunners. Dragon Fodder, which has, you know, good synergy with them, but Forerunners are more rare, and they're certainly good in multiples. I might just follow up with another one. Otherwise, yeah, Dragon Fodder is good. Spellfist maybe, but not terribly exciting. Bludgeon Rager is good. But I'll take a second Forerunner. I'm okay with that. Okay, so pretty good late Sandcrafter Mage and Lightwalker. Could be a sign that maybe I am supposed to be doing red-white, which I like actually. Couple decent green cards too. I'd take Yearling over Aether, I think. I'll take the Sandcrafter Mage. I actually like this card quite a bit. I guess there's also a Butcher for red-black, but I think I actually like the Mage more. Alright. Couple good blue cards. There's also Survivalist in green. Herald of Dramoka in white. Stormsinger's not terribly exciting. Student of Ojtai is okay. Could just take the Herald of Dramoka. We don't have any other warriors, though. I mean, Survivalist is a great card. Could still possibly end up in green, red. Yeah, I mean, Survivalist is certainly a better card than Herald of Dramoka. I like this card a lot. And like I said, there's a couple pretty good blue cards in here too, the Spellfist and the Spell Eater, but Survivalist is definitely a very good card. Okay. So we have a Herd Chaser Dragon. We do have a Dragon Hunter, which is a good 1-drop. Pal's Familiar in blue, which is good. I like Dragon Hunter quite a bit. It's a nice beatdown card. There's also Evolving Wilds. But I think I want to take the Dragon Hunter. It seems to me better than Herd Chaser Dragon. And we're still just sort of trying to establish what we want. Wow. So, I mean, definitely have some choices here. I might just take Aspirant. I think I actually like Aspirant more than Dramoka Warrior, because it can't be blocked by stuff like Typhoid Rats. And even though Dramoka Warrior technically deals more damage, there is a Quartermaster in here, though, which is by far the strongest card. But the problem is I can't decide. I need to sort of establish what colors I am. think I'm actually going to take the aspirant because I don't know what my second color is yet. I don't know if I'm white or green, but I want to be red because I want to make these forerunners work. Okay, we'll take a servant here. A little bit deeper green. And what, now we're going deeper white again? Couple good blue cards. Could just take the lose calm. I think I might just do that, actually. Lose calm's good in an aggressive deck. All right, artful maneuver. Red cards I like. Still just having a hard time figuring out. I'm hoping by passing that blue card, we'll have more access to these cards. So, yes, I want to be red. And then the choice is between green and white. I like both of the archetypes, green-red and red-white. As far as overall card quality, I guess slightly better in green because we have Servant and Avatar, which work well together. And we have Survivalist and Obscuring Aether, I guess isn't that great in this deck, but it's something to do with Survivalist. I do like our white cards too, though. So, like I said, that basically the main reason I took Aspirant over the better green card is because I wasn't sure which second color we are yet. Geez, a lot of good cards, none of which are super great for us, honestly. Sadly, no good white, no good real red cards. I think this is kind of an awkward pick, but I think I'm actually going to take the Rending Volley, which is an excellent sideboard card. I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to make our deck work regardless. I don't like first picking sideboard cards. You can also main deck Rending Volley. I could consider it, but I don't want illusory gains. I don't want ultimate price. I don't really want bear. If I knew I was in green, I'd probably want bear, but I'm going to take Rending Volley. Okay, second Sandcrafter Mage. Kindled Fury in red. Sunbringer's Touch in green, which does have some synergies with Avatar maybe. Second Sandcrafter Mage is pretty tempting. We might be able to just build a nice red-white beatdown. I'm a little more tempted to do that. I don't know why. I think it's mostly because Sandcrafter Mage has been good for me. Kindled Fury is not worth taking over Mage or Sunbringer's Touch. I'm going to take the Mage. Ugh, and then we get past some sweet green cards, but I guess there's a pacifism in here too. Well, Assault Formation's... Actually, I guess it's not that great with Forerunners. It's not even that great in our deck. Epic Confrontation's a strong card, though. But I still have the choice between green or white. Let's just do white. I think we actually have to pull the trigger on something here. I can't just keep going back and forth. So let's pull the trigger on white. Kind of seems like both of them are slightly open. Oh, of course, then we get past another Epic Confrontation. Jeez. I'll take a second Rending Volley here. I could take the Champion, but I don't care enough about it. And Rending Volley in the right matchup is going to be insane. Okay. More excellent green cards, of course, but here's a Lightwalker and a Lightning Berserker, both of which are good. Lightwalker is going to be better with double Sandcrafter Mage, so I'm going to take that. Okay, Surge of Righteousness is good, but we want this Mist of Kirin because it's a very good card. One in which I like quite a bit. Otherwise, yeah, Surge of Righteousness is pretty excellent too. Maybe we pick up some War Flares out of pack 3, and this deck really comes together for us. We also don't have to main deck Rending Volleys, but we're a little bit removal light at the moment. All right, well, there's another one, and a Mist of Kirin. A little bit creature light at the moment, but Silk Wrap I think is a little bit too good to pass up. I actually really like this card. But Mist of Kirin's good too. I'm going to go with the Silk Wrap. I think this card is... I like the Mist of Kirin too, but Silk Wrap I don't get a chance to play much, and I do actually think the card is legitimately good. Okay, let's take Herald here. I don't think I've even got any auras for this, but I mean, there's some I could pull out of Fate Reforged for it, but Let's take the Herald instead. It's a nice bear. Nice little value bear. Guess we'll take Glaring Aegis. This seems like a deck that could rock it. I mean, that would be an argument to take the Graceblade Artisan, I guess. But, whatever. Kindled Fury, tabling's good sign. Could take the Territorial Rock. We only have 9 creatures right now. We are a little bit creature light, aren't we? Alright, let's take the Rock, just in case we don't have enough creatures. Salt Formation Tables. And Foil Obscuring Ether. Well, we're going to take a Salt Formation, because that card's strong. Alright, Champion of Aerishin's actually a fine pickup for us. I mean, it does seem like, now it seems almost like red was getting cut from that direction, but I don't want to opt into green-white now. Even though it seems like I could. Jeez. So am I just not supposed to be playing red now? Thing is, the Soul Formation's still not... I mean, it's good with the Colossedon Yearling, but it's not that good in our deck otherwise. Ooh. Well, there's a good reason to be red. Yeah, Outpost Siege, I think, is still probably worth a ticket or two. Hopefully we table Champ, Mardu Scout, Dragon Bell Monk. Any of those are really good, actually, but Outpost Siege, of course, going to get nabbed there. Excellent card. So we need at least 4 more creatures, I think, which means likely not main decking these cards if it's up to me. Wild Slash is a pretty good one to get past. Also a Heel Cutter, too. It's pretty tough to pass a Wild Slash. That's good removal. It's pretty tough to pass the Heel Cutter, too, but Wild Slash is really nice. So I got to pick up 4 creatures, at least. Really hoping for a Sandstep Outcast. That would make these Forerunners much better. I'm going to take the Wild Slash. I love this card. Okay. Guess we take a Humble Defector. It's a nice cheap beater. We're looking for more creatures. There's also a Huge Stone Retainer, which honestly is pretty decent looking in this build, but there's a Word Scale Dragon. Could just take the Sky Captain, too. Table the Warflare is kind of my hope. Wild Call, geez. More good green cards? Well, I'm certainly not switching now. I mean, Word Scale Dragon's pretty good. I don't have any 6-drops. I guess I could take it. It seems better than the Sky Captain. Alright, there's our Sandstep Outcast, so at least we're getting some pretty awesome cards here. Outcast is going to be great with our Forerunners. Just a good card in general. Okay. Could just take the Warflare now. Yeah, it seems appropriate. We can play 17 lands with this deck currently, too. So, probably first cut is like Lose Calm. Certainly not a creature. We need all the creatures we can get for these Forerunners to be good. Alright, Monk looks pretty good in here with 8 non-creature cards. Better than Smoldering Efreet, at least. Alright, so creature count's there now, which is good. Outpost Siege, a little bit of card advantage. And Tormenting Voice can be some nice fixing, but might even dump that for another creature. I don't really like main decking Aerishin Cleric, but it's a good sideboard card to have in certain matchups. I'll take it. Alright, Wandering Champ tabling's pretty nice. It's less color intensive than Mardu Scout, and it actually, yeah, it's way better actually. Well, I mean, this technically has dash, so you could argue that that's a good reason, but Wandering Champ, yeah, being able to discard draw, well, I was going to say fairly often, but that's not even true. We don't even have a ton of red creatures, but I still think I'm going to take the Wandering Champ. Or red permanents, rather. We only have 5 red permanents, actually, so we don't have a ton, but that's okay. Abzan Advantage for sideboard could be useful. I think we're cutting something for this Wandering Champ. Maybe the Tormenting Voice. Although, Territorial Rock's actually not looking that great of a card. I'd rather have better beaters, more quality beaters. I mean, our removal looks pretty good, though. Wild Slash, Pacifism, Silk Wrap. Alright, we did table Huge Stone Retainer. I actually think this is a pretty nice looking Huge Stone Retainer deck. We have a lot of cheap spells that work with it. I almost might just cut the dragon for that to really cut back on the curve of this deck. Although Champion of Aershin, I guess, isn't super impressive either. Did table Warflare. Could play a second one. I mean, it's like one of the main reasons you're in red-white. Maybe we cut Tormenting Voice for that. Play double Warflare. Pressure Point seems like something I could play in here. I still don't like Skirmisher. I've had a couple people tell me I undervalue Skirmisher, but I guess, no, I still don't like it. I'd rather play a Pressure Point into a Huge Stone Retainer than a Skirmisher into it. I just really don't like Skirmisher very much. Okay, well, I mean, we made a pretty satisfactory looking deck. I actually think this deck's looking good. And we only have to cut one card, really. We'll play 17 lands. I don't think we need to play 18. I could just cut the Word Scale Dragon. It's nice to have one big finisher, though. Kind of like all of our creatures, though. I definitely don't want to cut any of them. I mean, maybe Humble Defector. Do I even have ways to abuse it? Draw 2 cards and then... I guess technically I could draw 2 cards, Warflare, draw 2 cards, and then give it to my opponent. But then it becomes a 4/2 for my opponent on defense, but I draw 4 cards too, which is pretty good. I guess that is some minor synergies. Our removal looks decent too. Wild Slash, Sarkhan's Rage. Maybe we do cut the Word Scale Dragon, just really cut back on the curve of our deck. I would say we're pretty aggressive if I cut the dragon. I mean, dragon's not bad. This isn't the best one either. It's not like it's insane. It basically turns off like Enduring Victory and combat tricks. It does turn off combat tricks. But everything else in our deck looks good. Maybe over the Pressure Point. But Pressure Point can be really good when you're trying to get in with some dudes. But maybe not. Maybe I don't need the Pressure Point. Like, I like Artful Maneuver and Warflares more. Alright, let's cut the Pressure Point. Let's bring back in the Word Scale Dragon. So we at least have a pretty good creature count going. We top out our curve at 6 with 1 card, 5 with 1 card. So really, we're not operating with super, mana-intensive curve. Okay, so we want more white than red. 10-7. I'd rather do 9-8. I do need double, but I need my red early, so I think 9-8's the right call here. Yeah, I think this deck's pretty satisfactory, actually. We got double Warflare, which, like I said, is like one of the main reasons to be the red-white archetype, so that worked nicely for us. We have some synergies with the Forerunners, like the Sandstep Outcast and such. We have quite a few cheap creatures that have high power, like Wandering Champ, and I think the Forerunners are often going to have 3 power. Sandcrafter Mage is a really good follow-up to like any of our 2-drops. got the 1-drop too. Yeah, this deck looks pretty good to me. So we'll run it like this, and we'll see how well we can beat down with this. We actually have a pretty nice sideboard with double Rending Volley. We play against some blue-black decks or blue-white decks or white-whatever decks. Rending Volley can be super useful. Like I said, you can main deck these. I just don't think we have to. They're pretty easy swaps for like Artful Maneuver or a War Flare, something like that. I can do that pretty comfortably. And if we play against aggro, we have 2 Aerishin Clerics and a Champion of Aerishin. So maybe we can make some more swaps to get a little bit of life gain in there. We have the outs to, other outposts with Abzan advantage, which is nice. I'm satisfied. So, yep, not much else to say. We'll run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.